Hi, welcome today's mini live, and the title is Accessing Your Visionary Body, uh, where your ideas and your presence originate from. So we don't just, so you've probably been thinking all day. I don't know, here in the UK, it's the end of the day. Maybe you've been using your brain a lot. Maybe you've been sat down a lot. And actually, when we're sitting down all the time, the ideas don't flow very well, right? We need to come back home to our whole body so that we can allow our thoughts to flow, so that we can be inspired. So we know now, science knows that cognition is not just in our brains. And there's actually this practice, this science, it's called embodied cognition. When we feel something, of course, our body gives us signals that come back to our brain. When we sense, when our sensory nervous system gives us signals, our stomach gives us signals, our heart gives us signals, all the cells in our body give us signals. And when we drop out of here into here, first of all, it means that we're allowing breath into our body. When we connect back home to our breath, it means that immediately we connect into our nervous system. We're always talking about our nervous system, regulating it, calming it down. When we access our breath immediately taps into our nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system. Our breath can energize us, it can calm us, and so can movement. Movement and dance can energize us, but they can calm us down. Now, if you meditate, if you're mindful and you get into that calm state, yes, your brainwaves will slow down from busy beta to alpha, and in alpha state, you can access a more dreamlike quality. You can start to daydream, you get more ideas, you get inspiration. But the difference with when you move your body and you move it and you dance is that it also connects into our right side of our brain more. Research has shown that we access more of our creative side of our brain through improvised and free movement. And even if we go walking, Stanford University has done research, and they came up with about your thinking and your creative faculties are about 60% more when you're walking. And so to access a visionary body, first of all, we have to connect home and access our body in the first place. We have to reconnect. And from that place, that means already we're calming down and we're dropping into our body to get more grounded. When we're more grounded, and I have talked about this quite a lot, but it's kind of the most basic and fundamental thing. When we connect back and we ground into the earth or ground into our feet and feel the rest of our body, we're going to be dropping out of our heads. We're going to start to calm down. We're going to start to connect our natural electromagnetic frequency to the frequency of the earth, which is why going into nature is so good. It also means that if you think about it, when your thoughts are all in your head, they don't have so much space to move around in, right? We have this whole body that we can move. So when we come into our body, immediately, and we come into our breath, what that does not only calms us, it creates space. With our breath, with our posture, with allowing ourselves to be more open, we're going to create space in our body. When we create space in our body, we create space for our breath. When you think that your breath doesn't just go down into your lungs, it actually goes into every cell in your body, right? All our cells need to be oxygenated to get cleansed, to grow new cells. All of our breath helps our fluids move through our body to cleanse, to flush, to massage our organs. And so when this happens, our breath is giving information to all our parts of our body. Our body is getting stimulated with new sensations, which leads to new ideas. Now, I'm talking about our breath first because that's the very first movement we have. It's our internal movement. But when we expand our body to create space, that means then that we are expanding our reach. We are expanding our presence. We are expanding our kinesphere, our personal space. Now, if we're feeling safe and we're calm in our parasympathetic, we can feel more grounded and we can expand more. So when we're expanding our body, instead of it being tight and tense, it's literally like, you know how there's a dam, or like the dam gates open and then all the water comes flooding in. It's like when we've been holding on to something, when we release, everything opens. So we could just experience feeling a bit of release by, first of all, getting a little bit of tension. So I invite you to just stand tall and feeling the length and the space in your spine and your torso up through your head, taking a breath all the way in and out. And then I invite you to just clench your hands, clench your fists. So you're squeezing and release. And again, clench your hands. Notice when you clench your hands, you don't just clench your fists. Notice how the movement travels into your arms. Notice how you might feel some tension in your abdomen. You might feel some tension in your legs, right? Very hard to just do one thing in complete isolation. So you clench, and inadvertently, without even thinking about it, I'm starting to hold my breath. It's almost like it's automatic. You tense, you hold your breath. And how often do we do that? In fact, it's almost a military thing, isn't it? Tense and release and relax and exhale. And in doing so, do you notice when you release and open how much more further, more relaxed and more open you feel? So if you tense, and then release, you start to feel more open, you start to feel more relaxed. So imagine you're grappling with some issue or problem or idea, and you're tensing in your body. That idea is not going to get very far. That idea doesn't really have anywhere to go. If you tense and inhale and then exhale and release and relax, and I invite you to really give yourself a little bit of a stretch. At the end of the day, if you haven't moved your body all day, it's kind of probably a good time to do that, right? And if you have something that's been bothering you, that's been here in your head, just give yourself a moment to, respect that, acknowledge that you've got some difficult, pressing, or stressful problem that's whirring around in your head. Breathe into it, breathe into your body. Exhale and release, and just feel your breath and release going all the way into your body. And I invite you to just start to move your body a bit and start to focus on, for example, the weight of you going from one foot to the other, shifting your weight, and really noticing the balls of your feet, noticing how the weight shifts from the balls of your feet to your toes. Try shifting onto your heels, noticing how your knees go over from side to side, over your knees, over your toes, over your feet. Start to see if you can just gently sway in your pelvis so that you're actually allowing your spine to sort of sway, and your pelvis is a bit like a pendulum. Now I invite you to drop your idea further down into your body. Now, if it's a very difficult, stressful, pressing idea, it's going to feel quite difficult to imagine that. But notice when I'm saying that, if you have subconsciously started to feel a bit more tense when you're moving, perhaps when I said think about that idea, you start to sway less. Perhaps you feel this tension around your whole pelvic area into the small of your back, right? And so if you consciously sense into your feet and shift your weight and start to move your pelvis and move your spine more, really give yourself that space and time to just move into it. You might feel some of the tension from your pressing idea start to just release a little bit and drop a little bit. Now, if you imagine your idea is this kind of very dense, viscous fluid, I don't know what, I can't say mercury. Mercury's too metallic and silvery and smooth, but something that's really globuly and maybe some kind of kiddie's Play-Doh-y type, I don't know, gloop, sort of gloop toys they have that's dense and sticky. And imagine that this is your idea that you've been stressing about, or your issue, and it's this dense stickiness that's kind of looping around in your body. See if you can just play with it. See if it means that you start to move your body in different ways. So you're allowing your body to just kind of gloop around. And in that viscous gloopiness, notice how your idea is swirling around in it. And as you're reaching to the edges of your body and your movement, you might be playing with the edges of your idea. You might be seeing the edges of the difficulties in your issue. And if you start to move your body more and you start to feel more open in your body and your breath starts to calm and you drop down more and you move and go into a flow with it, you might find, now I'm not using music, I'm not even using music in this session. If this was a full movement and dance session, you could go to deep places. We could go to deep places and I take you on a whole journey. But what can happen even in this short moment of time is that in this opening and softening and expansion and grounding of your body and of your breath, you might feel that you've literally allowed your issue or your problem to kind of breathe a bit. Okay, if you were doing it outdoors and you were in nature and you had all the air around you and you had all the elements around you, they would also inspire your creativity. They would inspire your movement. You would start to open out your movement into the nature. And you know what? After a moment, after some time, that issue you had might not quite have the same resonance anymore. New insights might appear, a new angle. Perhaps you see the other side of the issue. Something else will come. Something that's come from dropping in to your visionary self. We've all got one. Sometimes we've neglected ourselves so much that we completely forget all that we have within us and our skills and our capabilities, and everything is there. Everything is there. So just allowing, if you are watching this later on and you're having a go, this is not like something that's, I'm not expecting sort of an instant. Nothing is instant. Things can seem instant, and then you might, sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forwards, 1 step back. But over time, things can soften and change. So I'm going to keep this brief. That's just a teeny taster of something that might be possible that you've never even considered. Because again, we're always up here. When we come back into here, we take a breath, we get new grounded presence, we get new perspective. Things can look very different. Getting new perspective. Science of dance has now shown that it helps you to it grows your neural networks, you have more divergent thinking, you have more resilience, you get more clarity. It's all there now. The science is all there. What the science doesn't tell you to do is just give yourself the permission to do it and relax and enjoy and have some fun. Okay? I don't think there's been any research done on fun, but it can be light, it can be joyful. So aside from all the other brilliant things with boosting all your hormones and your dopamine so that you'll feel good that you get when you're addicted to the gym. But this goes deeper. This goes deeper and takes you to new places. That's what's possible with this work. So I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. I'm holding a workshop next Wednesday, 90 minutes, lead from the body, unlock your visionary voice. It will be with music. It will be with music movement. It will be with dance. It will be with releasing our voice. And it will be playful. It might be very cathartic. It might be very powerful for you. It might be very fun. It might be just an opportunity for you to give yourself permission and for you to find your voice, to find your authentic voice that needs to be heard, that needs to share all your brilliant ideas in the world. So please come to the workshop. The link is in my bio, or you can DM me. Anything you got from this session, please comment below. Let me know. I'd love to hear. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, and see you. Well, hopefully see you next Wednesday. Okay, any questions? And I do have a free voice practice. I have a little grounding practice I can send you. I have a little breath awareness practice I can send you. If you have a particular struggle, I might just have something that I can send you to help you with it. So just get in touch. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening.